is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPorr Challenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
Clements Homebrew coming at you with another 2016 SJPorr Challenge Beer Review US-Canada Finals. So caught a break in the rain, thought I'd come outside. Well, it's not raining here. This one is 96G-79P-44C. It's called Bitch Session Pale. When you know it's going to be a long one. It's 4.5% ABV and 45 IBUs. So this one is a blend of American two-row, Bolander Munich, Victory, and Special roast malts, and flaked oats added for richer mouthfeel. They bittered with Centennial, flavored with Amarillo Gold, and dry hopped with Citra, and they used Mangrove Jack's M10 Workhorse. So we're going to get into this one. Good old American APA, American Pale Ale. All right, let's take a look here. We're gonna, looks like, well, there's little floaties. We're gonna stop right there. I think this may have been bottle conditioned, but I've got bubbles rising up. You've got the 1.5 finger head on there, kind of medium to large size bubbles, so it's pretty rocky on there, but it's a really beautiful color. They put those special roast malts like in there, so they got a little bit more color going on, but it's just a beautiful orange color. Man, more bubbles just rising up right off the bottom. Let's get the nose. Wow, okay, it needs to warm up a little maybe, but I do. I get, I like Victory as a malt. I think that's great. You get those special malts. That's a nice mix of stuff in here. It's hard to exactly pull out. Probably is not exactly fresh, I'm assuming, but I am getting I'm getting a light caramel to it. I'm getting some fruit coming off of it. Hard detecting what it is. I could be getting stone fruits. I'm not really pulling out any kind of specific I would expect a lot of orange, and I almost feel like I'm getting a hint of orange, but that could be all in my head. So I'm going to take some notes, let it warm up, and I'll come back. I've warmed it up a bit. I'm getting just still the faintest hint of some fruit on there, maybe just a really light hint of citrus, not a lot on the nose. So we're going to jump in. Cheers. Wow. I like for this, 4.5%, I'm liking the malt bill on this. That's really nice. They did a really good job with the oats. So it gives it actually, the low end of a medium mouthfeel, but you're actually getting a medium mouthfeel out of it, which is pretty fantastic. And it does have like a light, creamy, and silky type edge to it. So extra points on the mouthfeel. Carbonation is lightly burning on the throat, might be lightly overcarbonated. Oh yeah, see, look at the swirl now. Look how much is built up. So it's a little overcarbonated. At this point, it is probably a little older, so of course you're not going to get quite as much going on in terms of probably the aspects in terms of the hops. Centennial will bring in usually some grapefruit type characteristics on there, and with the boil, it's pretty nice for a bittering hop. Amarillo, you're usually going to expect to get some of that, nice orange, maybe a little citrus going on. And then the Citra, of course, you get some of those nice, you get some tropical and caddy flavors. And I'm not really getting much of any of that. Especially surprised that I'm not getting the Citra on the dry hopping. I would have expected to get more of that. But I think they went more on the body because it's a real malty, a nice malty base on this. I'm gonna let this kind of let some of that carbonation rise out of this a little bit, and I'll be back and let it warm up and see how it might change. Yeah, I've swirled this a number of times to kind of relieve some of the carbonation issue on it. It's drinking much better now. There's still plenty of carbonation in it. but it's just much smoother now that I've kind of relieved some of the carbonation. At 4.5, the body on this is just fantastic. I think that malt bill is beautiful. At this point, unfortunately, the hops have kind of faded out, so it leaves some like herbal and herbal tea type flavors on it instead. There's some, a decent amount of bitterness on it, but I think a lot of that's coming from the herbal flavors that I'm tasting on it. But for as well as it's drinking now that I've kind of reduced the carbonation, I've got to imagine when this was fresh, this was probably a real kick-ass beer. I can't say anything really in regard to what it was like fresh. All I can say is I wouldn't change the malt bill, any of that aspect, however you mashed it, etc., because that part of it I think is just wonderful. So here it is again. It's from 96G-79P-44C. Nice entry here for the Bitch Session Pale. Cheers to you.